What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are doing good. Another week, another live stream. Let's get the music going. Guys, before I get too deep into here, let me know if you guys can see me and hear me okay, just so I can fix those problems. And while we're doing that, we are now live on Twitch and Kick at the same time. So if you guys are on those platforms, welcome. Say hi. The chat right here should be unified between all the platforms. So if you're on one of them and you're wondering why I'm reading some other comments, that's because they're on other platforms and we're live there at the same time. So that's pretty cool. And that seems to be going okay. You guys also might notice this right over here. Polymaker sponsors my live streams. And what that means is at the end of the streams, we give away some Polymaker filament to anywhere in the world, to anyone that enters there. You have a chance to win. So towards the end of the stream, and there's a countdown when you click that link of when we'll be pulling the name. Yeah, so good luck to everybody. All you have to do is answer the question there, and Polymaker is gracious enough to hook us up like that. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, today we got a pretty interesting machine from some of my friends and colleagues in the industry. They seem to be really enjoying it, actually. Like, I've heard some pretty good things. I haven't really looked much else outside of those people that I speak to, so this is totally a new experience. Some of you guys know I've started with Creality. I've been a fan of Creality machines for a long time. I have 3 Creality machines here in the studio right behind me, and then more off screen. So I'm very familiar with pretty much everything that they do. I also have a bunch of other Creality products as well. And yeah, this machine has a certain look to it, but also some innovation, which I'm very happy about, because the look, well, you guys can make your own mind about that, right? All right, let's say hi to everybody in the stream. So we got another CG. What's happening? Nate, Wig Central, Kenneth, what's up? What's up, guys? Daryl, how you doing? I heard that Creality is already having problems with this new printer. Most people that are testing out have found problems with it. Most people? We're gonna find out. I don't know. It's brand new in the box right here with me, Daryl. So we're gonna find out. I actually, like I was just saying, have heard nothing but great things about it. So that should be interesting. But that's why we do these live streams. This shows you what it might be like if you buy one of these things, and what it might be like to open and do your first print on it. And I know that might not be a thing that some people like intuitively just like want to watch, but I guarantee you, if you were interested in the machine before you bought it and you kind of watched it, I think you would have a lot of fun during one of these streams, because it just gives you a lot of these experiences that you otherwise wouldn't have unless you bought it yourself. So, Canuck, what's happening? Kenneth Lauderclair, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Tin Talon, what's happening? Tulsa, what's up, what's up, what's up? Well, you get it. But thank you for being on the other platform as well. LTX, how you doing? Shrapnel Warning, what's up? Long time no see. I've been too busy. Hey, totally get it. Although, Shrapnel Warning, your icon looks familiar, but the name is different, because YouTube changed the names. So, your icon's familiar, but I don't remember that name. Was it something else? Gorilla Biscuits, what's happening? Good to see you. That taco guy, what's going on? What's going on? Xitri with an X. What's up, Fia? Well, first of all, hold on. I'm assuming that's Dimitri, right? But with an X? Once again, don't know. Changed names. Can't tell. But what's happening, man? And you know my Russian name. So, there you go. Small step printer, a giant leap for printer kind. Right, we hope so. Can't find the link. The link to the machine should be right in the description, right below the video. Alec, what's happening? Привет. Nice. Now I recognize the name. What's happening? Thank you for being here, Alec. Toad, what's happening? The mini line, new here. Wish more people. Yeah, me too. It's really fun to do this kind of stuff. So I hope you have a large basil in front of you. You know what? It might not be large, but I got a good glug. Burn carve. Cheers. Let's see. Dragon burn him out for Reborn 2. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Was your name Shrapnel Warning though? I remember that. Sorry, man. You know, there's a million people. It's really difficult. And there's a million, thousands, but still, I have a really bad memory. Hey, Nigel, how you doing? Oh, Edgic. Even better. Even better. How you doing, Edgic? Long time no see, man. You know, there's more than one Droidic. uh, nice. 5-stream streak. Thanks, Tulsa. I appreciate that. Stack the cats the other day. Yeah, that's right. The Prantus. Yeah, he got beat. That was fun. Oh, my bad, man. I don't mean, like I said, I recognize the icon, so you got to give me credit at least there. But and obviously now I remember. All right, we got some spam. Some spam. YouTube changed mine. But changed more like Twitch. Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. So, first, before we get into these things, I want to share a project of mine. I've been working on this thing a long time, okay? And it's finally coming to fruition. Now, this isn't for anything. It's literally just for me. But I wanted to share it anyway. So we go to this camera. I might be able to show you a little bit better. Here, let's turn this thing. Wow, it's a really dull camera there. I'll have to make some tweaks. But what this is, for those that don't know, is I have a whole bunch of Nintendo DS Lites. I bought a bunch of broken ones from China. And I designed a macro SOS case. What a macro SOS is usually a DS Lite has 2 screens. All right, you can play your old Game Boy games. It has an advanced cart reader, but also a DS cart reader. So it does a bunch of stuff. You can play a bunch of systems, actually. But a lot of them are broken, and they just go to the junk. And with 3D printing, I was able to design my own case, and we print them, I sell them, all kinds of stuff. A lot of fun. But this was a project that I did with PCBWay, where I got it 3D printed in metal. So what you're seeing here is a fully 3D printed metal case. I embedded magnets on the bottom here, solved some issues that other macros have. This one keeps the touchscreen. I implemented a switch screen button in this really clever spot right over here. So this thing has all new firmware. I designed my own buttons and I resin printed them. And now we have some LEDs in there. So when we boot this thing up, now the buttons have addressable LEDs. So we can actually make them whatever color we want. And here's how the screen switcher works. So originally there's a second screen, but if we click the button, it actually switches to that screen. So for games like Mario Kart or whatever you wanted to play from back in the day, from a DS, you can do that, and the touchscreen will work. But if you wanted to just play your Game Boy Advance games from back in the day, you can do that too. You just go to the slot. Oh, it's because I took it out while it was on. But yeah, you can play the slot on the bottom. You can also play a whole bunch of other systems, Nintendo, even Sega. So if you're into these kind of games or these kind of things, there's quite a lot you can do with the system alone. So here's the cart being played, and it's not emulated. That's the important part. So these things are just super fun, really fun project. I learned so much about 3D design and getting things made from companies like PCBWay, resin printing. This pretty much encapsulates everything that I've learned from 3D printing for over these years, and just being able to make your own product from scratch is just really fun. And it's still, the thing is, this old thing is still pretty cool till this day, like to this day. It's pretty thin. It's about as thin as an iPhone. It's about as compact as an iPhone, except it doesn't have any ads. There's no junk. The games that are on here are games that you own. So unlike a modern game, you sit down on the toilet and you want to play 5 minutes of a game, but 3 of those minutes are watching ads, okay? Here, if you want to play some Tetris, okay, or play some Donkey Kong or something, this is the solution, which I really like. And then originally on the DS, if you put in a cartridge, it actually sticks out a little bit. So putting this in your pocket is kind of annoying. So I have this magnetic bumper on the bottom, which you slip in your game of choice for the Advance. Slip this in there, bam. Now nothing snags. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm going to be doing a video on this and the whole process of how I built it, why, all that kind of stuff. So PCBWay did a fantastic job 3D printing metal. So hopefully we get to that here. All right. Not sponsored or anything. Literally just really excited for a project of mine. It's just something I've been working on. And I think there's like a total of 2 people that care about this. And one of them is me. So it is what it is. All right, let me catch up with the chat real quick. Hey, thank you for the gifted sub, Olivers. I appreciate that. Thank you. Camera needs white balance. Yeah. This for some reason this camera's off. I'll fix it in a second. Hey, Edic, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll have to buy a coffee next time I'm out and celebrate drinking it in your name. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very nice. Buns look slick with LEDs. Thank you. Hey, Yuri. Good to see you, man, as always. Of course, for the Creality stream, right? That's why I had to wear the ShareFest, right? 2023. This thing's almost vintage at this point. But good to see you in here, man, as always. Great job covering the reuse portion of recycling, too. Yes. Hey, Petty. How are you? Shrimp Father, what's going on? Chris, how you doing? Very intuitive. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So yeah, hopefully you guys can help me hype up the video when I put it out, because usually the videos of that kind of stuff have like literally like 100 views. They do nothing. So, hey Timor, how you doing? Hey 3D&T, what's happening, Dave? How are you, man? I haven't seen you or talked to you in a little while. We need to change that. How you been, man? Why don't you guys just end up screaming each other's names in the chat? All right, so let's get onto this thing, right? Everyone wants to see this thing unboxed. So, as always, we like to check out the marketing, right? Oh, by the way, if you guys do want to enter the Polymaker giveaway and you're going to be here until the end of the stream, if you hit that link, it takes you here. There's only 11 entries right now, so pretty good chances of winning some filament. You could be anywhere in the world as long as you're subscribed to YouTube. As long as you're subscribed to YouTube. Oh, hold on. I can do this thing now. As long as you're subscribed to YouTube to 3D Print SOS. Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Anyway, now that I've completely thrown myself off here, let's check the marketing. I always like to see this because it's interesting to see what they tell us that the thing's supposed to do, and then we figure out, you know, what it actually does. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Yuri, I was just here for the lulz. That's right. Printer's just the bonus. See, oh man, that's what it's like. Oh, Dina, thank you so much. I appreciate the donation. That's very kind of you. Spasiba. Thank you. All right. So let's go. Let's keep going. And looks like Creality's live right now. I see Kevin over there. Who's that? I don't know who that is, but that's Kevin over there doing a live stream. All right, so let's head over to their 3D printers and, of course, the Sparks. Now, is it called a Sparks or the SparkX? I don't know. So here's the thing. You guys know what this thing looks like, right? You guys have all been around. You guys all know. Now, I have the Creality High. I have the Creality Ender 3 V3 before that, and all of the Ender 3s before that. Literally all of them since the original. They've all kind of iterated. So if the other white machine that looks like this wasn't out, this wouldn't look like anything other than an Ender 3. So it's kind of an interesting who did what first and why type of situation. Although there is some interesting things here. Like the hot end design here is really, really great. So we're going to check that out, take a little closer look. And obviously this CFS Lite. The spools being loaded from the front, having this door opening this way. This could actually be really great on other machines that are boxed in, because if this is sitting on top, having access to it from the top of the machine, front loading, might be significantly better. So I actually really, really like this whole thing because the CFS is pushing things forward. So I'm really excited to check this out. I'm really excited to see one where the spools don't matter because it's being pulled up. It's not going to matter so much about the rollers and being pushed down. It's a major issue on some other CFS, AFS, AMS, all the other units. the Chitty box. There's all kinds of issues. So I'm really excited for this. So yeah, that's going to be cool. So it's a $400 kit. Do I have the combo selected? Yes. So the combo with the 4-color printing is $400. If this thing works well, this is going to be easy recommendation for our first 3D printer for people. So let's see what we get. And they're just yelling at us at this point. One year free Creality Cloud membership. Okay. 1 year warranty. That should be there anyway. Let's see what else we get. AI photo to 3D. Obviously, companies are going to be pushing AI nowadays. That's fine. That's kind of standalone to the machine. Now, this is actually a big one. This is something that they should probably be talking about a lot more and upfront. This machine claims to have up to 50% less waste in multicolor. And some of the new machines that I recently got have way more than 50%. Like, it's insane. It's insane the amount of waste that they have. So seeing something that's saying that it has 50% less, that's going to be huge. Compact and quiet. All right. I don't know about compact, slings bed, but that's cool. Custom RGB lighting. We all love RGB regardless of what you guys say. Beginner friendly. Yes, all these type of machines are always beginner friendly. And, they've made Enders for so long. They know what that's like. Quick swap parts. They've also learned from the K series and the Ender series from this. So hopefully this is the best of the best so far. And that's all they're really saying there. Perfect for gaming? What do you mean? Like tabletop gaming? All right. Yeah, okay. So you can also buy it with some hyperfilament and a glue stick. Vacuum storage kits. All right. I see. It's all good. I think the original one is pretty good. The Space Pie is fantastic too to dry filament, but incorporating it into something like this would be pretty tough. So I'm not sure if that would be worth it. This isn't the machine that you're going to be printing a bunch of ABS on anyway, so that probably doesn't matter. All right, let's see. Special perks, cool. All right, so the rest is kind of just marketing stuff. This is giving you time of how long things take. Pretty cool keyboard shell, actually. 200 grams, 9 hours. All right. Got a lamp. Flight sim controller. Is this AI? No, I mean, we got the keyboard there. No, it doesn't look like it's AI. But although, obviously it could be. So AI creation. So, they're pushing this with this because it's a combo machine, easy to operate. So they're trying to make it seem like everything's all encompassing. You get this thing, you can make your own models, you can print them and make them come to life. That's probably a big deal for a bunch of people. But I'm really interested in this. 50% less waste is a big deal. Having error lights at a glance and a progress bar at a glance is always great. A little bit more so in a boxed-in machine, not open, but that's okay. Design revolution. I mean, it is a good-looking design, especially this box. Like, this is really attractive to me. Camera, great. Okay, so it's got everything that machines have in the industry that we expect, but it's a combo for a really low price. So let's check this thing out. All right, let me just check with the chat real quick because I've been just yapping this entire time. So it is SparkX. I thought it was Sparks. That's what I've been calling it. So it's called a SparkX. Interesting. Thanks, Yuri. Sparky. Kegel. What's happening? How are you? Creality icky. I hear that. And I hear the opposite as well. Yep, 100%. Cool. Nothing but problems with it? Man, Daryl, you haven't had that much luck, huh? I have and use the Ender 3 V3, both the smaller one and the larger one. I've rather enjoyed them. I've even done mod videos on them. I haven't had too many issues. Just the typical stuff here and there. Can't keep the belts tight. Interesting. He's still a Creality lover deep down. I think we're all Creality lovers deep down. Yes, poop fights. Poop fights are definitely something that I'd like to do, considering the other machine faces in the other direction. Hey, Adam, how you doing? They're just enabling a setting in the slicer to get that less waste feature. Is that all it is? And they're claiming 50%. I would love to. I'd love to figure that out. Yeah, Raptor, like, it's interesting because, like, what's the A1 a clone of? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting conundrum. If you're gonna, if people are gonna be pointing fingers at this thing being similar, what's the other one similar of? It came out of nowhere, remember? So there's like an interesting timeline. The Ender 3 has been out for ages, and then the i7, i3 before that, or i7, the i3 way before that too. So it's like a weird back and forth. So here's the thing. When a car came out, let's say a sedan, a four-door sedan, and then a million other four-door sedans came out, the thing we're looking for is no longer, is this a four-door sedan? We're looking at the unique features of the four-door sedan. So that's what I'm looking for here. All right, we have this caricature of a printer. What did they bring to the table with this release? Is there anything new that pushes it forward? That's what I'm looking for. Wasn't expecting a random Winamp. I love Winamp, man. For Llama, that's right. The Maker, what's happening? We all know the truth. We all know the truth, Dave. Hey, Reprinted, how you doing? i7, what's the 7 for? Is it the 7th Ender? The setting to reduce burr is called long retraction when cut, and it's found in a filament profile under the advanced tab. That's fantastic. Thank you very much for letting me know. I'm going to have to test that later on other similar machines. Hey, Moji 3D brought over some peeps. Thank you very much, Moji. I appreciate it. Sorry, I've been kind of caught up in the previous chat while I was just yapping over there. Hey, Layer by Layer, how you guys doing? I appreciate you guys rating the channel. Hey, Tech Jeeper, what's happening? GTR Dad, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you guys doing? Big Jano, welcome in, welcome in. We're just about to unbox this lovely new SparkX i7. So, watch out for cable snag. It's a huge issue on this machine. Oh, okay, just because they kind of have to go over something and lay. I understand. That was an issue on the Ender 3 V3. I actually made some modifications to help resolve that. So, is that the 3D Musketeers printer? That's actually a really hilarious joke. This is a this is a really hilarious only if you're in the scene joke, Nick. That's really funny. Is that still in here? Oh my god. The amount of people that will know where that's from is pretty low. But that's... yeah! Oh no. That's not good. That's not good. Oh boy. Yeah. You know, as somebody, the Maker, as somebody who reviews machines, this is machine number 85, I believe, on the channel. As somebody who reviews a bunch of machines, unfortunately for us, for all of us, I hear this all the time. I'll unbox a machine and someone will say that it's the best machine they've ever had, and then the next person in the comments will say it's the worst machine they've ever had, and they hate the whole company. So it's really tough. Like, QC is a huge issue in the industry, and the only hope that I can have as somebody who just reviews these things is, my hope is, one, that mine aren't just cherry-picked, and two, that I hope these companies see this kind of stuff and just get better, right? And I think they are. I think they are getting better. It's just still not perfect, you know? Grant approved. Yeah. Layer by Layer. So Grant from 3D Musketeers, you know, he works with Creality too, right? And they didn't check, somebody in the marketing department didn't cross-reference the name. So 3D Musketeers is a 3D Musketeers channel. It's a business. It's a whole thing. Grant is the host. And you know, they have 3D Musketeers in here. So if you're searching 3D Musketeers, you know, Creality is a very large company. They have better SEO than 3D Musketeers, probably, right? Assuming. So it, you know, there's a problem there. It's kind of funny. Hey, JR, what's happening? Cobra X is better. Hey, yo, I'd love to check out the Cobra X. Hopefully that I'll get that at some point. Check that out comparingly. Oh yeah, the Make. I agree. I agree. You had the name before you became a maker. That's even cooler. That's some OG. It's like Destiny, right? Oh, Maka. I get it. All right. I thought it was slang, like cool slang for maker, because we're, you know, we're doing this, right? Parts machines, nice. Yeah, that's true. You know, hopefully they're gonna get better at it. All right. Hey, Cheeto. No, no, I don't know if you, is this your first time on the stream? I usually chat for a little while. I like engaging with my audience, talking to you guys. Something you know, I enjoy doing. So it is what it is. We are going to get into it though, because now I've gone over all the usual things that we do. I usually talk about something that I have going on. Then I talk about Polymaker, how they're going to do a giveaway. It's right above there. You can click the link. It's on top of all the chats. You can get into that. Then we usually look at the marketing, see if there's anything that's blatantly sticking out, something that we can look forward to, and then we unbox the machine. So that's where we're at now. But yeah, 30 minutes is good. I usually go a little longer than that. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set this on the floor to unbox, and I will put stuff up on the table as we unbox it. In your opinion, for someone trying to buy a new machine, would you recommend for them to get the new i7 or the Bambu Lab A1 now that it's a lower price? I don't know because I haven't used this machine yet. I don't have an A1. I have an A1 Mini, and I've had it forever. I also have other Bambu machines, so I'm very familiar with their machines. They make it very easy to recommend. However, me recommending this right now would be foolish considering I don't have hands-on experience. So I can tell you a little bit later. What I usually do on the channel is I do a live stream unboxing and first impressions video type thing. Well, not video, live stream, where we just go over the machine, check it out, do a first print, that type of thing. Then I do some shorts as I test it, and I usually test it for weeks, if not months. And then I put together a review video, something where I can take some notes about the things that I like, things that I don't like specifically. I put the things that I don't like first so that you know them right up front. And then I usually make a video on them. So at that point, once I've used it and can see all the good things, bad things, what they did, you know, what, if they did anything new or pushed it in some, you know, then I could give my opinion. So for now, only because I don't know anything about this, I would say you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Hey, Brian. How are you, man? Oh, there's a whole thing going on with Dave. I haven't read all the things. Hold on. I have a controversial question, Canuck says. For the CC aside. Anger for the CC. Oh, so the... I know the machine you're talking about. For some reason, the words are slipping, but I know what you're talking about. Should I get the CC2 or the Cobra X? Once again, I don't have either of those machines, so I have no idea. If you're fed up with one, it might be a good idea to switch it up. Although, you know, if you have like the lower end model of a car, you kind of always want to get the higher end model of the car. And obviously the 2 is going to be better than the 1, right? So once again, I don't think you're going to go wrong there. Maybe switching a brand once you're really familiar with one isn't necessarily the best idea. All right, so first things first, we got... Actually, let me fix this color here real quick. This is the Tiny 4K. Let's go to image. Why is our white balance so wacky? There we go. Oh, that's a little better. Get a little warm natural color. Let me get myself in there. Yeah, that's a little better. Maybe even a little bit hotter. Where are we at? 33. Yeah, 34. All right, right there. We're going to keep it there. All right. Sorry, had to do that. Yeah, Saturi Carbon. That's it. I know these people. Hey, Projects, how you doing, man? Clown Hammer, what's happening? Nick. Bam, pop that open. We have the updated bed for the SparkX. Let's lay that over there. That can go down there so I can step on it and get upset. We have the quick start guide in case we need it. I'll keep it near. We have a fun little box. It's pretty lightweight. Let's see what's in here. Looks like maybe tools and a scraper. Let's see. All right, looks like we're ripping this. Yep, we got a couple tools and a scraper, and they did a good job securing that blade so that we don't get all cut up. I'll put this aside. I'm actually going to take that to the office. Decent Allen keys here, actually. Cool, I like it. I'll replace what I currently have with those because mine are getting dull. I wish they were ball end, though, but that's okay. We'll throw that in there. Always nice to see tools. However, I better see another box with some snips, Creality. You guys know what how I feel about the snips, especially if this is going to be targeted for new 3D printers. Interesting design here. Very simple to use clamp. This is if you're going to use a single color or want to have something bypassing the CFS Lite there. Cool. Okay, nice and simple. Does it come with free gift like the old Bamboo A1s did? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Well, I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, there appears to be handles where you can pull up on. Okay, that was the CFS Lite that just fell down. That's okay. Wow, this is very lightweight. Unexpected. I did not expect this to be so light. There's only one plug. So it looks like you ain't daisy chaining this thing, huh? Unless there's a different way to do it later in the future. Okay, this tape is horrible. Creality, as just somebody who unboxes a ton of these things, I know this tape is really strong and you don't want things opening and stuff, but it leaves a lot of residue and then you end up having to like clean your brand new thing. There's got to be another way, right? There's got to be another way. And this isn't talking negatively. I'm just trying to be cordial, right? From the consumer side. All right, we got some film. This is a good looking unit, guys. Right? All right. Nicely protected. We got magnets in the door. We got rubber. Oh, they're not rubber actually. Oh, is this how you pull the filament out? Yeah, look at that. Nice little buttons here to pull the filament out. There is a million different tapes. Remove before use. So it looks like the rollers are just held in so they don't come off. So let's remove that. There's little spots for desiccant right at the bottom of each one of these things. You guys see the little spot right there? Might be able to print something. Yeah, this is nice. I wonder if there's LEDs in here. Is there LEDs shining down? That would be fantastic. Nope, I don't think there is. But that would be really nice for like a version 2 or a modification if there's just some LEDs shining down. Yeah, this is really cool. I really like the design of this. It is very simple. And it's just a nice little box. You don't have to think too hard about it. That thing's cool. I get it, Rathorpe. Hey, you know, it took a really long time and some serious convincing for me, for sure. Snip side cutters. Well, that's the term. It's kind of like clip and mag, you know. One's right, one's not right, although both of them are correct in a way. It's the same thing. But yeah, side cutters. I like to call them snips. Snip, snip. Creality toaster oven. That is a interesting thought that you have there. Soon. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Hey, Warpaint Unicorns, how are you? I haven't seen your name here in a little while. Good to see you. CFS Lite, the only active part is the feeders on top with lights to indicate that they're loaded. Yep. Yeah, I figured. Yep. And, you know, keeps it super, super simple. So, all good. All right, let's keep going. So, the printer is just sitting right here. I think it might be fully assembled. I figured we would have to put at least the gantry or something up, but I don't think we have to do anything. Also, worth noting, I always mention this, but has the good foam. Not the foam that makes a mess. So that is very nice. All right, here's the machine. And it is taped into its own little sarcophagus. All right, we got a box here we're going to check out in a minute. Let's try to get everything back in here, so we have some control over all this stuff that I'm putting in here. Oh, I just noticed the box has those really thick corners to protect everything, which is nice. Actually, I'll leave this out because we're going to put that back in there. All right, let's see what I have to do here. Looks like there are holders in place that hold the gantry on. But how about we undo this tape? Does it go all the way down? No. All right, so what is holding us in? We have this piece. Okay, we got it. That back in. Once again, very light. I'm used to printers that have been taking 2 people to get on my table. So, this is definitely different. Warning. Interesting. We'll have to look at all that stuff in a minute. Let's release the bed. We have a tiny little screen on the side here. How does this thing move? Does it just spin? Is there a button? Don't want to damage it. I don't know. We'll have to read on how to do that because it's not budging. All right. Let's go. Tons and tons and tons of this tape. Although, I gotta admit, it's not leaving residue anywhere else, just on that black glossy part of the CFS Lite there. Break the printer out of carbonite. Use the force. Looks similar. It does. It does. There's nothing to hide there. That's for sure. And in case you're gonna ask me why, I don't know. That tape is so strong. It is the strongest damn tape. All right. So we got the bed free now. We'll take a closer look at the back there in just a second. Very smooth action there. That's nice. Let's get our snips. See what I did there? Break this bad boy out of here. Just kind of undressing the printer a bit. We have a linear rail here. And it is laying down horizontally. All right, what else we got? It appears as though we need a tool. Let's use our brand new Hodo. Let's find the right Allen key for the job. Oh, it's going to be a smaller one, isn't it? One I don't have. Classic. All right, it is. It's okay. If this Hodo is too big for the job, then we definitely have a Hodo that fits just right for the job. All right, should be somewhere in this region. There it is. All right. Pop that sucker out of there. speed 3. Let's go. All right, so there's these orange plastic injection molded pieces that seem to be holding the gantry in place. Screw down. Don't know where it went. Could be in the printer, could be under the printer, could be under my toes. I don't know. We'll find it. Or not. All right, so just 2 screws there. I actually appreciate this level of protection. That means they want to predict exactly what happens in shipping, which is nice. Good to see that level of commitment to protecting the machine in shipping. All right, so now this should all be free. Very nice, simple motion there. I can see how this cable could have been a little bit stronger, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, a little bit more tape, and we should be pretty much done outside of just running some cables, getting some power, some PTFE tubes. All right, so you've seen the front of this thing, but check out the back. So on the back, I don't think we need tools anymore, so let's check this thing back. Bam. Let's put this. I dropped one, it looks like. Where'd this come from? Here to go. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Looks like, oh, okay, right here. I messed the piece up. That goes here. That goes here. Magnets, how do they work? Right? Check this out. So on the back here, there is a nubbin. We got a little interesting nub. So I'm guessing if you put this up to the wall, that's as far as it goes? No, it goes way beyond that. So this is just protection from this cable being bent too far. So interesting. They learned some lessons. And then here we have a nice big rubber grommet area from where the cable goes on both sides. You guys remember when the cable used to just be soldered right to the thing? Ain't that something? Speaking of PTFE tubes, I did order 8 meters of that new star shaped stuff from Creality, actually. So we'll see. That's right, Dave. You guys were mentioning about the bed. Are there knobs? I don't see knobs, but I do see springs. Yeah, there is no knobs, but there do be springs. Looks like there is a cast metal carriage there, and then just a bed encapsulated in a plastic shell. What else? It looks pretty simple. All right, so back to the screen. How do we turn the screen? Do I pull up? No. Do I push down? No. Do I rotate it in a funky way? No. Do I have to power it on and say a magic word? Is there a button? Is there a toggle? What am I missing here? I guess let's look at the quick start guide. Guess we're keeping it banging on the wall. I ordered some of the star-shaped PTFE. Seems like it could be good. Yeah, I want to find out too. I ordered a whole ton. A whole ton. All right, so in here we actually have some stickers. Creality's always given us some sticker sheets. I still have a bunch from other machines as well. If you like sticker bombing things, this stuff's always fun. After service, disclaimer. All right, let's see if there's something about that here. Oh, so we haven't gotten into the box yet. Looks like there's a bunch of PTFE and connectors that we need. All right, we took all of that off. So it is saying that there's different color PTFE tubes for different places to plug it in. So that's kind of interesting. So we'll have to keep that in mind. Cool, there's RFID inside of there. That's neat. Open the packages, put them in. Okay, so they're going to give us some desiccant, it looks like, or they're just saying that's where you do it. All right, that's where we plug everything in. This is showing how much travel the bed goes. So a total of 743 millimeters of front and back. That is actually huge. So this needs 743 millimeters of space. Wow. Oh, well, we're about to find out, huh? Lift and twist, clown, I tried. No, I mean, if I go any harder, I'm ripping this off. Press eject. Move the bed out of the way. Nope. Oh, right here. It says, when flipping the screen, be sure to pay attention to the rotation angle to avoid damaging the screen. I mean, listen, guys. It shouldn't take that much effort or work. That's all right. Let me see if it says something in here. All right, we're not going to put the filament thing up top. We don't need that. All right, that's just how to set it up. Okay, cool. All right, let's unbox this. Let's just keep going, right? We'll figure that out as we go. Open sesame. Footprint's almost 750. According to this thing, yeah. According to this thing, yes. It says 120 millimeters forward. Yeah, that's correct. 120 millimeters forward in front of this machine, and 200 millimeters behind the machine. That's also accurate. So yeah, she long, but that's not anything special. They're just telling you. Every other bed slinger would just do it without telling you. So. But the screen was legit hard to twist. Just don't want to break it. Oh, okay. Okay, both hands. Oh, wow, that is a really strong spring. I'm uncomfortable turning this. That's incredible. The spring, it's getting a little easier, but that spring, okay, you got to be prepared for that. I was afraid to twist it, but I gave it some muscle in the way. Yeri, thank you, man. I would have just left it there at that point. So I appreciate that. All right, so we got a little bit of filament. We do have desiccant for the AMS. We have a single power plug. I say that with emphasis because I've been getting a lot of machines lately that obviously have more than one. Because the AMS, CFS, box, all the things have heating as well now. So they require a second power supply. So we will plug this in. Is it just in the back? It is just in the back. I'll plug it in when it's all combined and ready. Move this box. Get out of my way, box. Oh, I stepped on a screw. There it goes. I found it. Remember that one? Got it. So don't worry. Don't you worry. We found it. All of this can go in the trash. This we'll just put back in the original box. All right, let's see. Bambooality. That's funny. Dead blow hammer. I want one of those. Yep, super tight on mine as well. Others only use one hand. Well, you know what? Being tight like that is actually a good thing. I would much rather it be this tight than on this machine that's significantly more money. You guys can't see it from there, but maybe you can hear it. You guys hear that? It's a very loose screen. Really unfortunate. Do you even lift, bro? No. I did start riding though. Again. So trying to lose a couple lbs, man. Trying to get back. You know. All right, so this is getting plugged in on the side, allegedly. Let's see where that goes. All right, there's only one plug, so not much to consider there. And then this goes to the back of this and gets plugged in, and it's nice and flat. Here, let me show you guys so that you see it as well. Look at that. I love, love, love the simplicity of the AMS Lite. So far, if you guys can't tell, this is easily my favorite part of the whole thing so far. Cool. All right, let's get a better view of the machine here. There we go. How's that? Or would we rather go this way? Yeah, this might be slightly better looking of an angle, and then I can zoom in when we need to. Let's go ahead and tighten that down. I was afraid of breaking it at first. Okay, so you guys went through the emotions that I did. So that's good. Don't hurt yourself. You know, sometimes you can hurt yourself. This is for the spool holder, so we don't need this. No daisy chaining. Yeah, it does not look like you can daisy chain. However, maybe there is a thing that you, like a hub that you can buy eventually. I don't know. It just seems like that's potentially possible. Something with like external power or something. All right, and here, this is saying there's color. Oh, it's just showing you. They don't have color. It's just showing you that these two middle ones should go where? Where do they go? To the front. Yellow for the shorter PTFE tube, green for the longer. All right, so they're all equal right here on this one, so that must be going here. And these, are they different colors? No, that's just my mind playing tricks on me. Yeah, these are not different colors. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like when we plug these things in. So let's plug them in this direction so that they can go out towards that thing over there. Take these out briefly. Plug them back in. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah. So I'm just going to plug all these into the four openings here, the four couplers. There we go. So that is that. And then let's come over here and see if we can make out which one is shorter and which one's longer. Actually, they all look the same. I cannot tell if there is a length difference. At least the way that it's all attached into here, I cannot tell. Yeah, like if I keep them all exactly the same. Yep, I don't know. They appear to be the same here. All right, I'm just going to plug them in, and then we can always fix it if something is not correct later. Right now, from where I'm sitting, this looks correct. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Yeah, it looks good. I don't see any unevenness, really. Again, maybe these two are longer. Like a bit longer. One is going where? So I have them going in the center right now. It looks like maybe they're a little longer, so let's switch these. Let's see what... Nope, that's definitely not right. This feels like it wants to be over here. Aha, okay, that does feel better. This feels better. I don't know. Maybe this one's a little longer than this one? Nope. So there is a right and a wrong way. I just got extremely lucky. I got extremely lucky when I first plugged it all in. Because nothing seemed off. Which one is this? I don't know. But color coding it would have been a good idea. it appears as though. Okay, there we go. They're all even. They're all plugged in correctly. Good to go. Nothing crazy there. Let's throw our desiccant in. This printer sure takes up a lot of space. You know what? The A1 Mini, which is obviously a much smaller machine, with its CFS Lite unit takes up so much space. I can literally have a 400mm Voron in the same space. That's just the truth. On mine, I have a mod that moves it to the top above the machine, which makes it really, really wacky, but it does work. And that's how I've been using that machine for years. But that's just the thing. If you want to have a 4-spool box, this is what you're going to have to put up with. You know, like a lot of people have asked me, why do you think these things exist when there are enclosed machines like the K series and all that stuff? And I think they look more intimidating. These things are easy. They have less parts. It's open. You don't have to be inside of it to work on it. There's a lot of small benefits, even if they're psychological, to these machines. So I can't necessarily hate too much. As much as I obviously, based on my collection and my favorite machines, I obviously like enclosed machines myself. I still think there's a place for these things. So. Have them in the right firing order. Buick Skylark. Nice. Nice one, Mark. You got lucky too, yeah. I think that's what's happened. Nearly 15-pound support on top of a printer and plastic. Brick Builder, I get it. That's been a comment that I've gotten a lot actually on the Mini. But much to my surprise, and I print with that machine often actually, much to my surprise, it doesn't actually affect anything. At the end of the day, I've printed tall on it, I've printed long on it. It just prints great. So whatever the machine does beforehand compensates for that weight being up there. It doesn't actually affect it nearly as much as one would think. Or maybe if the machine was an older machine that doesn't quite have the or has more chassis flex or something along those lines. I personally find there being zero degradation whatsoever in quality on all that weight being up top. And I'm being 100% honest. I'm not, I'm not affiliated with anybody directly, okay? I guess the word affiliated was a poor choice. I'm obviously affiliated, but I'm not paid by anybody. Space on one machine isn't really an issue for that segment. 1342, that's a firing order. Breaking across the, yeah, that's a thing. If that happens, that's a thing. And you know what's funny is if you don't have the spools perfectly like on the thing, they could wiggle off. And I've had spools like not fall off, but kind of like be hanging there towards the end of a print. So that's a legitimate fear. All right, one thing I'm just really curious about is there's this little window right here, right on top, and it has a little notch in it, almost like inviting me to take it apart. All right, so it looks like there is just 2 Allen keys down there, but I don't know what they're for. I'm going to leave it, obviously, but, I have to see. I have to see what's up. All right, we have a flicker over here, a booger flicker. Let's check out the tool head a little bit closer before I turn it on. I'll get you guys a little bit closer. Give me a second. Here we go. Let's do it this way. Some wires. Push that wire down that way. There's a little camera cover, looks like. We'll open it up. I want to use the camera. Can I put this somewhere? Yes. Okay, so it looks like this has a holder for the wire, but I installed this backwards. So I will just spin this thing around real quick so we can attach that like this. Okay, so that helps that. And there isn't another one? No. Okay, so a little better than nothing. There's a fan on top here for the extruder itself. There's a fan on the side for the hot end. Let's see, how does this come off? Do I just pull it? Do I pull up? There's a button. Oh, that's the cutter. Do I... Definitely don't want to break anything. Oh, okay, so you just go straight outward. I was pulling up, so... Okay, it's very easy when you just pull straight outward. Okay, so that's the cover. It's got a little peeper in there. Pretty simple. And then here, what do we got? We got a lever that fully opens. Okay. Okay, you can see the gearing in there. Nice. All right. That's nice. There's it locked in place, opens all the way. So you pull filament out. Cutter's right over here. Nice little fan, no shroud. We have a little spinner just attached with some clips, so it should be easy to put my logo on here, for example, like I did with the other machines. Now let's see how this lock works. Can you guys see this? So pull up like that. And what do? Do I just wiggle it down, or do I have to take this off? Ah, okay. Down. Down and out. Okay, so here is our hot end. Nice little brick, actually. A little bit more substance to it than similar machines. Man, look at what hot ends have turned into, guys. It's just incredible to see where we're going from some V6s and V6 clones to this, where the heat break goes all the way through the thing. And there's clips and buckles on them, and it's just cool. It's cool to see these new designs. Very interesting single-sided air. This is all CNC machine. This is all a giant metal piece. That's nice to see. All right, so let's see how to put it back in. So we just kind of slide it in and up, put the clip in, and click down. Okay, so now that I know how it works, let's see if this is much faster. Oh, yeah. Okay. So now that you've done it once, this is just cake. Okay, cool. And this just pops back on. Yeah, nice. Nice and clean. Hey, no one's saying it's not, Brett. You know? After the updated firmware, late 2024, the top mount doesn't affect the resonances before was a different story. Oh, is that a thing? They actually like specifically tackled that in an update? I didn't know that. Yep, right, Shrapnel. That'll totally work. It is plastic. The front is plastic. It's very lightweight. It feels like it weighs nothing. Which is nice. That's a good thing. All right, pardon the shakes here. Let me get this thing further back again. Get you guys in a good spot to see the whole assembly here. Let's do this. That looks good, all right? Now this camera's in the other camera shot. That's okay. And then I can always zoom in when we need to. All right, so first things first. Let's put this back. Forgot to put that on there. Okay, nice and easy. Snap. Let's get the bed installed. Oh, backwards. Okay, so it goes this way. Nice little alignment there. Okay. Let's get it plugged in. I mean, this could be a message for literally every printer manufacturer out there. I don't think there's a single printer manufacturer out there that doesn't have problems with their current machines, and everyone's releasing new machines instead. So we can extend that message to pretty much everybody. Will? Oh, it's been said. It's like SpaceX of Three Musketeers. Yep. Yep, that's right. The SpaceX of Three Musketeers. Oh, Grant, he's gonna have fun with that one, that's for sure. All right, let's turn this thing on, and let's grab a couple spools of filament. I do have this awesome PET GF15 I want to try, but I don't think that's a hardened nozzle. And actually, that's something that we should take a look at real quick. What is the nozzle material? Nozzle diameter, nozzle temperature. Did I miss it? Let's see. Build volumes 260, 260, 255. Oh, we get some cool animations on the screen there, huh? Make it, play it. It's like a comic strip. Nozzle diameter. Oh, there's this side too. I mean, this says filament compatibility is PLA CF. Why would they say CF if this was not hardened steel? There's no way to know. CFS Mini. Wait. What's this? CFS Lite. And what's CFS Mini? Wait. Hold on. What am I missing here? This is the CFS Lite. What's the CFS Mini? Well, it looks like we're going to have something else coming out at some point. Because according to this, in the spec sheet, we have a CFS Mini. Oh, it's right here. Huh? What? Look at this. A 2-spool CFS? Is this just an extender? CF for Creality film. Ask Google about the nozzle. Autoloader. Interesting. That's cool. That's cool, actually. Okay. Where is that option? Is it not available yet? Right? CFS Lite. This is the combo. Okay, so I'm assuming it's not available yet. But that seems pretty cool. Yeah, here it is again. Yeah. Okay, that's neat. Okay. Let's see if Google knows. What material? Okay, what material is the nozzle on the SparkX i7 by Creality? The Creality SparkX i7 comes pre-installed with a 4mm hardened steel nozzle. This material is designed to handle abrasive filaments such as carbon fiber, reinforcement material, PLACF, PETG-CF, reaching maximum temperature of 300 C. There we go. I see that, Mr. Scary. That's cool. That's alien technology. Neat. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, or you want to just finish off one spool and and start the next. That's great. Yeah, I mean it seems like it's hardened, but it's not very clear on here. So that's worth noting for the Creality peeps to add into here. Anyway, okay, so now we know. All right, let's take a look at this. So we got English. Remove the transport bracket. We did. Remove obstruction. It is not obstructed. I've totally read this entire policy. Let me get this thing on Wi-Fi. That's convenient. I can turn it out of the way like that. You know, it is a tiny screen. But it is responsive. Let's add that on there, and I will make sure that this thing is online but not able to see anything on my network. We don't need to use Creality Cloud for now. Self-check takes about 10 minutes. No problem. We'll do that. And I wonder if it's going to let us do anything in terms of adding the filaments in. I'm assuming not. And maybe we'll just wait until it's done. But I have some Creality filament here. And they all have these discs. So we'll see how all that works out in there. 4 spools. White, black, red, and yellow. I guess it is the year of the non-original designs. Well, in terms of aesthetics, I have to agree. Although the CFS Lite seems to be the real shine here, the real star. I do like the hot end as well. So for now, we'll focus on that, and I will definitely be noting the rest for my cons section of the video, right? It's great for gaming, though. That's true. That's true. What is this 3D printer for? It's still highlighted from when I had it highlighted. This printer is perfect for gaming and home decor. So I do think this is going to be a very popular machine. I do. It looks inviting. And $400 seems like a pretty good price point. Getting Portal vibes. Good luck. Oh, scroll. Hold on. Good luck with color bleed on a multicolor print. Why? The Cobra X seems innovative, yet unknown how it will perform in the market. True. Hopefully I get my hands on that machine as well. I'd love to check it out and test it. Maybe put it up against this one. A gaming printer. That's right. That's why it has RGB. Brian, that's what they were trying to say. I think it's for tabletop gaming. Someone will pour Doom on that tiny screen. We're going to find out. You know what? Anything can be controlled with an Xbox controller. We all know this is true. Anyway, while we wait at Oregon Trail, while we wait for this thing, I'm just going to mention again, there's a lot of new folks here. The stream is sponsored. Why does my camera look like that? Oh, the vibrations. The vibrations in the table. Did you guys see that? It had like, it looked like I was like speeding. That was pretty cool. That was a cool effect. Polymaker sponsors my live streams. And what that means is at the end of the stream, I get to pick a winner for some filament. And you can see that right down there. So if you're on Kick or Twitch or on YouTube, as long as you're a YouTube subscriber to this channel and you stay here to the end, there is a pinned comment at the top of the chat. If you go there, it'll take you to this page right over here. And there's 38 people. 38 people, so huge chances to win some filament. 103 minutes left. I usually wait a little bit after that to pick. You have to be present in the chat. Those things really going at it now. You have to be present in the chat to be able to win, all right? So just answer the question. It's really, really simple. This information goes nowhere. It is literally just for me. It doesn't go to any other company. It doesn't get sold. None of that of any. It'll never happen, all right? So just keep that in mind. Oh, and then, of course, if you guys check out 3dprintsos.com, here, I've been making a bunch of shirts, some swag for y'all. So if you want something like this, look at the price. I keep the prices literally as cheap as they let me go. So it's not about making money off these things. It's getting something physical into your hands instead of something digital if you guys want to give. So that's what this is about. A bunch of shirts, some hoodies. We, of course, got some desk mats. I use one literally every day. It's fantastic. We have some mugs, like the hot end mug right over here, where I illustrated some of my favorite hot ends. All right. And then, of course, the i3D print mug as well. And then here, there's some consoles. I don't believe any more that are pre-made are available. These are those macro SOS cases. I think, yeah, they're all sold out. So the only ones that are not sold out is the made-to-order consoles, which obviously you guys get to pick the colors, the buttons, whatever you guys want the case to be made out of. There's a bunch of different examples you can pick from here. Yeah, they're pretty cool. And now there's also several versions where you can do the 4-button version or the 2-button, just the Game Boy Advance type version. Now they all come with the magnet embedded latest versions of the console. So yeah, a bunch of cool stuff. I think there's my Instagrams down here as well, and my latest videos. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, if you guys want to send me a message or donate, use 3dprintsos.com. You can also see all my other socials, and that we're live on Twitch, which is super cool. All right, so that's 3dprintsos.com. Looks like, what are we doing? So we did heat break fan, model fan, heated bed heating, homing check, cutter calibration, and now we're finishing up input shaping, and that should be it for that. So important Doom on a pregnancy test. Oh, that's funny. Oh, we got a little song and dance. We got singing. Self check has been completed. All right. Hey, even Doom had copies of it. What was a Shawang? What was that? Ninja Warrior, right? Was that the game? There was a bunch. There was a bunch of similar games. Even Chex Quest. You guys remember that? No, Clownhammer does not. Who remembers Chex Quest? The real OGs. If you guys gamed Chex Quest. All right. Come over here, box. This thing's so light, I can just move it wherever I want. It's fantastic. So let's see how this works. Oh, yeah. So we just dropped that right in there. And do I just push it up? Oh, yeah. Effortless. Effortless. I believe this is the star of the show, guys. This is the star of the show. There is a new version. Let's cancel for just a second. Let's go to filament. Edit. Brand. This is Creality. It is red. And it is PLA. Hyper PLA. Okay, cool. Let's do the next one. Rollers are nice and smooth. I love that I don't have to push a button or anything. You just kind of feed it and it takes it. That's nice. And these cardboard spools don't have RFID. The newer ones do, and I have a bunch of the new spools too, but I don't want to open the new spools because I have this. Edits, brand, Creality. Color, this is white. Type, PLA, Hyper PLA, yep. No problem. All right, next. So far, so good. All right, clicking on the next one. Edit. This one is generic. It is black. PLA, generic PLA. It's not silk, it's not supports. Okay, so it's just generic. It's Polymaker. What's the glittery black called? Galaxy black. All right, and then some yellow. Edit, Creality, yellow, PLA. Hyper PLA. Cool. That's in there. Close. I wish there were some LEDs in there. I would love to see the spool. Obviously, you can still see them, but I would love to see them illuminated. That would be cool. It would make it look expensive. That is a really nice box. I like it. Is this insane? Yeah, it's probably insane. Is somebody going to do it? Yeah, 100% somebody's going to do this. Will it work? Yeah. I mean, can I still open this? Yeah. Yeah, it'll totally work. There's probably some bracing you can do. You know what? Maybe we'll do some testing. You know? All right, let's do the update. Let's go to settings, system, firmware. Here we go. New firmware. Improve stability. I didn't read everything, but sure. It's great for gaming. That's right. Why are people so mad at Creality? There are a lot of people really mad at Creality all the time in Facebook groups. I'm not sure. There is RFID. There is, but I don't. None of these spools have RFID. Hopefully they sell them separately and make it good for a Clipper mod. That's true. That's true. Actually, speaking of Clipper, right, we're downloading now, and I didn't catch the IP address. Maybe I can see it here. Let's see. Where is it? Where's the latest? Right here. We got this device. It's going to tell me its IP address. We're loading. Aha. 192.168.68.73. Now, do you guys remember what it is? It's like 4401? Or is it 4408? 4409? My memory is like almost there. Oh, is that it? No. 44. Do you guys remember what the Clipper front end address is? I'm scary. Easy now. Yeah. It's an option with brackets. Would yeah, you would. Yeah, for sure you would. Uh, 4408. Let's see. 4408. We are running Clipper and we have access right away. Ah, that's so good to see. Oh, that's so good to see, man. You know, I'm one of the people that used to fight for this. Used to fight for machines, even with Creality, to have them give us access to Clipper and Fluid. And to be able to have it right away without any of the begging or pleading is just very refreshing. It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, this is everything. If you guys have questions about any of the hardware, it's all here. You can see the settings. You can figure it all out. The steps, everything that could be unique is here. You know, downside for if you don't know how this works, you can easily mess something up in there, but here's the box itself. It's using CAN bus, obviously. It has filament sensors. Here's the macros for the box and how they work. You know, you gotta love it when it's not hidden, right? If you really wanted to figure it out, it's all here for you. That's great. So we're rebooting now. I really, really love seeing fluid on these machines by Creality right away. I think everyone should be doing this. Listen to flashcards, that's right. Everyone should be doing this. Camera, good question. I'll find out in a minute. Yeah, you're right. Dave, they always do hide the camera, don't they? They like literally remove it from the settings. So, if you put longer Bowden tunes, Bowden tunes. If you put longer Bowden tubes on it, you can mount it under the printer. That's true. I wonder if that can somehow work. Maybe you can print some kind of storage box where it sits up top. When an upgrade's done, please do leveling first before any printing. Sure. Let's do... Well, we don't need to do input shaping again, do we? You know what? 12 minutes. What time we got? 10:30. We do have some time. I'm going to do the calibration. Let's just do a full calibration. It did a firmware update. It's just on the safe side. It's going to take about 12 minutes. Cutter calibration first, input shaping, then auto leveling. Why not? There's no downside. Yeah, there was plenty of macros, huh? That's cool. I agree. Does Fluid track 2 machines at the same time? What do you mean by that? I mean, you can have as many of these open as long as they're individual IP addresses. But no, I don't think you can have 2 separate... You can't have 2 machines in this one window on one IP address, if that makes any sense. Does it have onboard input shaping? Yes, it's doing it right now, actually. It's shaking the desk, and you can see the camera's going to get a little fuzzy. Yeah, that's fantastic. Camera, I need to see the quality. Let's see. So no. Let's see if we can enable it, but usually we cannot. Yeah, it's not here. Let's see. Name, default. I can't spell today for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I have some whiskey sitting in front. Default. Ooh, 10 of options. Yeah, you want adaptive. Target doesn't matter. Yep, that's what you want. Enable. Let's see. No. It won't work. No camera. This is a thing for all Creality flipper-based machines for whatever reason. There is a way to get the camera, but you only see the camera. Let me see if it'll let me remove it, because that's another thing, is sometimes it doesn't let you remove it. What is it? Creality fluid camera. Oh, look, there's a K2 fix already. Installing new files with SSH using GitHub, so that's possible. Okay, I didn't know that. The other way was you type in a certain IP address, and then you get the full camera. Let's see. Nope, that's totally unrelated. Let me type in K2 Plus, for example, because I remember that was a thing specifically. Yes, this. 8,000. All right, so if you take this IP address and you do 8,000, you get the camera. Oops. There we go. You get the camera, and we'll see in a second. Shake it like a Polaroid picture, that's right. Yeah, there's some way we have to install. Oh, thank you, Warpaint. But yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty good. Oh, don't clip that, guys. That's whack. Why? Is it, oh, 'cause it's not quite out yet? It's kind of wild. You can see it in Creality print. Right, that's kind of like their incentive for you to use Creality print. What hardware are you getting installed, sir? You know, in today's world, that can mean almost too many things. Hilariously. We're rebooting at the moment. Yeah, Sean Bennett, that's crazy. I have a K2 Pro and High, and they run special camera protocols not yet supported in mainline float. Oh, is that the actual deal? That's cool. I'm sure there's some way to hack it. Like I saw there's some way to do it. You have to SSH in and install some things. There's a solution here. Root access to install something. Don't really feel like doing it. Okay, so that's probably the case. DNG Crafts a year ago. Let's go here. Thanks for the video, DNG. K2 camera requires root access enabled on the printer. Right, so you can SSH. Firmware updates to remove. Okay. Install commands. It's that easy, huh? Restore commands. Wish to restore a printer to its original configuration. So it looks pretty simple. What do they do though? So he's adding stuff to so it's basically just removed and it's being installed back in. Oh, we got a little bit of cleaning going on over there. So we're doing some auto leveling. It is grinding the bed pretty good. But I'm assuming that's how it cleans itself. Cool. Yeah, just so you know, the most recent, I've been saying this and said in my latest video where I recovered a whole bunch of machines. The K2 Pro, I know you're talking about the original, just the K2, but the K2 Pro that's down here has been awesome. I've had very little to no issues. Actually, I don't think I've had any issues with that machine. It has one quirk, and the K2 has it, the K2 Pro has it, all the Creality K machines have it. If you want to print TPU, you have to switch out the spring in the extruder or do this mod to the extruder. It involves a spring and a screw, essentially, to make it adjustable. But if you do that, then you can print TPU like perfectly. But the fact that you can't do it out of the box makes it a quirk. Other than that, it's been really good. That's probably one of my favorite like new Creality machines. So K2 Pro is the sweet spot. See, Dave, you know, you can hate all day long, but there's some we can agree on. I do not have that issue with TPU. Really? I just ran it top mounted above the extruder. Oh, okay. I tried to run it, I guess not top mount. No, I ran it straight in there top mount as well. No, I had all kinds of issues with PIBA. Both types, 85 and 90. But it's very similar. I eventually I have a box full of springs. I was like, oh, let me just find a softer spring. Threw a softer spring in there. You know, it takes me like 2 minutes because I've done it so many times on every other machine. It's literally 3 screws, pop in a spring, 3 screws. And it printed just. So. There's a shim. Yeah, I know there's like a 3D printable mod you can put in the spring and then you can put a screw in there, and it helps you adjust the tension. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I did 90A PIBA basketballs as well. Well, maybe it was just mine then. I don't know, but it clogged bad. Like, it went in there and just, it wouldn't stop type of situation. So. How much time do we have left? Let's see how many of you guys are in giveaway. 56. All right, we're doing a little better on numbers. For those of you just joining in, Polymaker filament giveaway at the end of the stream. So jump into the link that's pinned in the top of the chat, regardless of what platform you're at. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube. This is the only real recommendation, or not recommendation, the only real, what's it called, prerequisite that you have to do outside of being there in the chat to accept if you win. Yeah, go ahead and jump in there. I've been printed insert. Man, okay. Lucky you. Hey, Barton, how you doing? I agree with that statement. So the new Creality machines, the new K2s do this too. You have to tap the screen twice to be able to get it to wake up. It's kind of annoying, but you know, I get it. Maybe it's for kids. Yeah, you don't want to enter. We'll come find you, man. It's not. It's kind of a non-issue with the spring, you know. But then you don't want to try to print PLA or ABS with that spring. It's too soft. So you can't just keep the lighter spring in there. At least in my experience, I had to switch back to the regular spring to print regular stuff. I used the shim. Yeah, I didn't even look into the shim. I just swapped it out. Taps for kids. Oh, you can adjust the time the screen's done. Yeah. I mean, I want it to turn off, but I want it to come back with one touch like all the other machines. But they do require 2 taps. All right, so we are done with calibration, which means let's make sure our filament is still in there. It is. I'm going to sneeze. It's going to be fantastic. It was indeed fantastic. That was a good sneeze. Just one. Benji time? Let's see what they have on here. It says print a little surprise today. You guys want to see it closer now that we've seen the whole picture, or should I just keep it there and zoom in a little later? Mute worked? Good. What do you guys want to see? You want me to move the camera in closer, or is it fine where it is? You guys let me know. Ha! Son of a chew. You're good? All right. Print, let's see. We got a Christmas star idea. Looks like it's like a flexible star. A purge bucket. 54-minute purge bucket. A Sparks keychain. Flexi octopus. Or, of course, a 27-minute benchy. You guys let me know. Hey, Michael Patterson, thank you for subbing to the channel. Appreciate you. So we got a Christmas ornament, a purge bucket, which, how is that a purge bucket? Oh, it just goes down here, and it's like a singular, an outer perimeter tub. I see. I mean, we can do that, I guess. Up to you guys. So, star, purge bucket, Sparks keychain, octopus, and benchy. You know, to me, there's only 2 options. It's the bucket or the benchy. My interest level, in other words, is pretty low. Benchy, boring benchy. Benchy. All right. You have spoken. All right, we're going to do a benchy. 27 minutes. PLA, calibration, do your work. Let's go next. Okay, next thing. I know you guys don't want to do white. You probably don't want to do black either, but it is sparkly black, so there's at least that. Should we do red, yellow, or sparkly black? Let me know. Hey, K-E. Let's see if that is that spelling anything. Keetle? No. I'm going to call it Dion because it says that in there. Dion, it sure does. But check this thing out. This is the star of the show for me. Benchy bucket. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that in a minute. Yeah, we can talk about that. There's thoughts. All right, we got red, yellow, sparkly black. 4-color benchy. No, there's no option for that yet on here. Yes. So we got 2 for red so far. 1 for everything else. Okay, 2 for sparkly. 3 for sparkly black. 4 for sparkly black. Mike, I appreciate that. All right, you know what? Just for that comment, we're doing sparkly black. All right, let's go. I'm going to pick sparkly black. Right? Did I pick it? Yep. Okay. Print. There we go. And we get a little song. It says recording at the top, which means we're making a time lapse. 27 minutes, and I'm assuming that does not count the setup that it's going to do. I'm assuming it's going to flick some stuff onto my floor as well. So, red with yellow sparkles, nice. I downloaded the multi-part benchy, but couldn't decide on the color theme. Analysis paralysis, huh? I'm printing with sparkly yellow and green right now. That's quite the color scheme. Yeah, it's true. They are. They are. Hyperlapse. Time-lapse? Time-lapse. Hyperlapse? I think it's time-lapse. All right, we got some movement. So the filament is being pulled up. I can see it going through the tube. Very nice. All right, it just entered in, and now we got spinning on the extruder. Fantastic. So we're going to start pooping now over there. Guys, I think this is the future. I think this is the future of the design. They need to make a silver version of this with LEDs and a heater installed, and this is what the CFS should be. I don't know how they would stack with this orientation, but having this here opening down is way better than having it open up. Way better. All right, we are pooping. Oh, there we go. We got some booger flicking going on. Here's our baby's first poop, and it is a tiny little poop. We're going to get another one. Let's see if I can catch it. For time lapses, I can only download through Creality Print so far. I also believe that. I think that everything camera related is probably stuck in Creality Print. Wondering about tool changer making these obsolete? That's a fact. Tool changers are way more efficient than these things, 100%. But they're not going to be $400 for a little while. With them, it's not my PC. I have no notifications anywhere yet. So that must be yours, Adam. That's hilarious, by the way. Hey, Maker Viking, how you doing? No, it is a little bit shorter. I have that up right here. It's 260 by 255. So we lose 5 millimeters on the Z. So 260, 255. Yeah, I have one coming in. So really looking forward to it. But that's just, the second one, right? The first one was the Prusa machine, obviously not for the everyday user. Snapbaker is way closer to the everyday user, but you guys already know every company is making one. Like, that's not a thing. Every company is going to be making one. There's no waste. Everyone wants that. So, hey, Iceman, how you doing? The K2s also upload to the cloud. Well, yeah, any file that goes through a Bamboo machine goes to their cloud, and they're allowed to use your files, and they're allowed to see your files, and a lot more about your machine and your computer and your slicer, all sorts of stuff. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Clearly, they own the market, and everyone's okay with it. It's a little bit different. All right, so while this thing's starting printing, let's talk about that topic about 3D printers potentially becoming illegal. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely really unfortunate. People in the weapons-based hobbies, right, whether it's hunting or just, shooting clays, or just if you just like owning guns in America, you've been dealing with this type of thing forever. They've been trying to stop you from owning them in various ways forever. And then sometimes you become a criminal overnight just because they change some rule. And if you're not ahead of it, if you're not aware of it, you're literally a criminal. So this type of thing has been happening for a while in that space. So I'm at least familiar with that feeling. So I'm not numb to it. That's not true, but I'm familiar with that feeling. So yeah, I think it's totally possible that this type of thing will be enforced, and not just in those two states, everywhere in America, and then later in the world. Everyone wants this level of control. I do believe that they're using guns and weapons in general, although that's like the smallest fraction of crimes in America. It's like the smallest fraction. They will still use that as a scare tactic because it is very scary when you frame these things as manufacturing devices. But you can say that about a Dremel. You can say that about just going to Home Depot and buying a couple parts assembled in a certain way. You can say that about pool cleaning chemicals to be able to make all kinds of things. So it just depends on the agenda of some company and some owner of a company who has enough money to sway people in government to make moves like this. That's what this is about. This is politics. It's dumb politics that everyone hates, and the only people that like it are the people that have very, very, very deep pockets, and they're going to use fear as a way for you to get scared enough out of it, or to fight against it. That's what's going to happen. It is what it is. It's going to happen. It starts with these are ghost guns, then, like Loyal Moses said, you're going to want to print your Star Wars helmet, and you're going to go to print it, but it's going to say, hey, this is an IP by Disney. They own this. You do not have the rights to do this. That's totally possible. That's not in the realm of science fiction. That's real. So yeah, I don't know what the solution is. The only solution is for us to try to fight it in some way, shape, or form. Send an email, make a phone call, try. Although they don't listen to those type of things. They don't really matter. Unless that's attached with a monstrous paycheck. It's not really going to matter, I don't think. So. Yes. So, Lammerth, first of all, hello. Second of all, yeah, a lot of these things start that way. Think about unserialized uppers, right? I don't know if for you guys are familiar, but technically they were nothing. They were literally paperweights at one point, because unassembled, they're nothing. And one day they made kind of a general blanket statement where that part is considered a weapon. It has to be serialized, even if it's not assembled. That part is still a weapon. So it's things like that. Like they have power in vagueness. We see this all the time. They even did this in things like the Big Beautiful Bill. It's meant to encompass so many things. If you're against one of the things in it, they'll use it against you to get you out of your position in politics. That's just how it works. It doesn't matter what side you're on. That's how it works in this game. So, yeah, it is what it is. It is. That's the best way. It is. It's politics. Shake my head. That's what it is. It's very disappointing. I don't know how much of it we can control. It's scary, and it's meant to be. They know that it's going to be scary for people like us. These type of laws always affect the law-abiding citizen way more than they do the criminal. The criminal is still going to be printing these things, guys. Also, the criminal is like 0.00001%. So, yes, it's true, but Shrapnel. So in their stipulations there that they have written, even offline machines are going to have something connected, or else it's illegal. And it's not even slightly illegal. It's a misdemeanor on your first allegation. Your second one's a felony. So they're not playing games. Right. That's 100% what it is. They're also going to be affected. Any lasers, any CNCs. I mean, even lathes. Even lathes. So, it's really unfortunate to see. Just really. Nice. Oh. Hey, that's a thing for a lot of people. So I totally understand. Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. At least those were more safety oriented things. These aren't necessarily safety in that same sense. I guess in a way they're trying to blanket it as safe, but there's just no way they're gonna stop, somebody with an offline machine already doing it. There's no way they're gonna stop. They can make it a misdemeanor all they want. If you are printing a weapon yourself to use for crime, you are not going to care that there's additional crimes. You're not going to care. It's just stupid obvious. Think about it. Like, if your mindset is, oh, I'm going to print and assemble this so that I can commit crime, like if that's what you're doing, that's your goal, you're not going to be like, oh man, the process of me making this is illegal. Like, of course. Ridiculous. Just saw my SparkX bed mesh. It's kind of gnarly. It is. It is. Just hopped in. Hey. Thank you. Thank you for doing so, man. Always appreciate you in here and saying hi. Definitely get some rest. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, like, it's not like they're going to be like, the thought process is, oh, maybe I'll print my own gun and make it so I can do this thing that I want to do. There's no way they're going to go down the list and be like, oh, man, this is too illegal. I'm not going to do it anymore. I have to be compliant. Yeah, they do that. There is some ads. They're long. Yeah, if it's legal, no problem. Not here. You'd have to get them. You'd have to get it serialized, and obviously it's pretty difficult to get a piece of plastic serialized. It just wouldn't make any sense to do it, at least here. Right. That's all they got to do. The answer is just everywhere, every city street, just put a thing that says no guns allowed, and then no one will just bring in guns. They're going to come in there. They're going to be like, oh, I'm going to go rob this place right now. Let's rob this bodega. And then they go to the corner, and the bodega on the outside just says no guns. They're like, damn, we can't even get in there. We can't even go. There's a force field. Oh, not true for here. In my state, you need a period. In fact, it's like a 10-year, $15,000 fine. So it is what it is. Either way, they're just using, like I said, they're using the weapon part as a scare tactic for something else, and they're gonna obviously branch off into other things. This is how these larger companies stay in control through the government. This is one of those things, unfortunately. So if there's an easy way to, or even if it's not that easy, if there's a way to vote against this, to go against this, 100%, we should all do it. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's the, it's not just Disney. It's anyone who is multi-million dollar companies that have IPs that 3D printing has severely hurt. They are extremely motivated to work with the government to get something like this implemented. If you think about it, if they were making multi-millions, if not billions of dollars off their IP, 3D printers come out, a lot of people stop buying these things because you can easily make it yourself. Your bottom line is extremely hurt. You want to get back to how you were. How do you do it? Oh, I know. Let's ban those things. So. Print what I want. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Adam, you're right. It works so well with drugs. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, John Deere is a big one. A couple others. How we looking over here? Print's looking pretty good. I forgot you can't get really close to this. I almost had my eye poked out just now. I was looking right here, the super sharp bed corner. Yeah, don't do that. I forgot. Say no Core X5. You can't go in there. No ban on cars. That's right. That's right, because it's not about that. Yeah, anti-right to repair is just obnoxious. It's just obnoxious. You know what's crazy is the companies that fight against your right to repair, those companies rely on people to buy their product. Yet they do a lot to go against the same people that buy their product. So if you stop buying their product, they lose power. Unfortunately, when you get big enough as John Deere and you become a household name, it becomes nearly impossible to stop buying. Yeah, you definitely don't want to have a black eye because of a bed slinger. Yeah, how unfortunate would that be? I lost a few rounds. Nice. I used to make money repairing iPhones, not anymore. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I've never made money, but I used to repair every iPhone I had. And I haven't in a long time now, but I used to. And other people's iPhones. Hey, thank you, Bearded Printer. I appreciate that. This is another one of those printer doohickeys. This is another printer doohickey. Thank you very much for your dono, man. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Yep. Can you blame him? That's the dream, ain't it? Ah, yeah. Yep. Well, at least he can't break this door. So. There's no color change. Why there's poop? This is for whatever reason. The initial purge. I'm not exactly sure. I think this is also what's the calibration called? Flow calibration. The other machines do this too. You can turn it off. I selected it on. Yeah, I mean, this is this a lot? I don't know. I can't tell. I have so many machines that have so much purge. Yeah, I guess this is a bunch, isn't it? But yeah, that was all in the very beginning during calibration. Flow. Hustle and flow. Yep. Yeah, the other machines do it too. Good song. Front loading on the CFS. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying the whole stream. This thing's great. This thing's definitely great. If I could just review that, I would. Here's the thing. If there is a really simple machine you take out of the box and you can print anything in PLA and PETG and maybe TPU, it's gold. There's so many machines that try to do that but don't actually, and there's nonstop issues. If this thing focuses on having a really easy hot end to swap out, like it's nothing, literally just pull it up, throw another one in there, have a few in a box, you know what I mean? If you can just throw in some filament, never worry about it, this thing's gonna be as good as gold. It won't. Nothing else will matter. The things that people say and chatter, none of that stuff will matter. Especially if you can do all this at this type of price. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you're the one that got me hooked on buying 4 parts machines on eBay. I found a K1 SE for 117. Needed one M3 screw. Yeah, man. I loved it way back when in the Aquila days. People were returning them for all kinds of reasons. They would unbox it and not be able to put it together. It'd be too complicated. Whatever it is, they might not get be able to level their bed, and just they would crash into the bed, and then they would just return them. And if you can buy them so cheap and just just tune it. Just put it back together how it's supposed to. Tighten some screws, align the lead screws, and it was good to go back then. So yeah, definitely always fun to be able to buy a machine for really, really cheap just because someone couldn't do something with it, and it being really simple like that. It's a really good feeling and addicting. Well, it technically should do it for every single spool. So every time before a print kind of makes sense. It's so that right before the print, in the temperatures and settings that are involved, if it can calibrate itself, that is totally worth it. Would you rather have even a 20%, 10% chance of failure, or a 3% chance failure if it squirts out this much plastic? I would take this any day, right? Especially long term. So. CFS does look prettier than other MMU. Yeah, right. I agree. I agree. As long as you put the ball away in the center. That's a good question, actually. I do have some ABS in a smaller spool. All my other small spools I bring to the office to kind of recycle them there. But that would be, yeah, I mean, it's pulling up. I don't see a problem with smaller spools, just like physics. So we'll have to test some of that. Nice. I mean, even just the motors on that thing are worth that, right? Can't beat $20. I still have I believe 3 Aquilas. Yeah, I have 3 Voxlab Aquilas. 2 of them are working. One is the 400 by 400 extended one that needs to be just taken apart, to be honest, and added to my parts collection that I never use, but maybe one day type of box. That's a label I should put on a box. Maybe one day. We all probably have those, right? Guys, while this benchy's still going, does it tell me how much time we have left? 7 more minutes. While we're waiting for this benchy, don't forget that Polymaker does a giveaway at the end of the stream, and we'll be picking a winner anywhere in the world. There's a link pinned at the top of the channel, top of the chat, regardless of platform you're on. It'll take you to this. When you answer the question, you'll get to be entered. There's only 61 people in. I think our record is low 70s. So we can still do better. But hey, I'm just trying to give you guys some filament. So if you want it, you're going to stick around to the end. Make sure you're a subscriber on YouTube specifically. And jump in here. Around 12-ish. Actually, this benchy's going to be done sooner. I'll probably start the box print. And then probably cut the stream short after that. I don't think we're going to be going a full 48 minutes. But we might if we're chatting it up. The build size is 260 by 260 by 255 on the Z. Why? They were fun. You had some bad experiences? They were fun. You can make it into anything. Another CG, that's right. Back in the day of my board game design days, I made a quick Russian roulette game. I wonder if it's easy to access over here where I can show it to you guys. I don't think it is, though. Yeah, I don't think it's easy to access. And actually, let's see if I have it in here. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this was like, there was a design challenge at some point. Hey camera. There was a design challenge at some point where you had to use some minimal amount of cards. And the idea was I was going to have it printed in these sleeves. Like, this is just an example. The logo and stuff would have been here, but the idea is Russian roulette, a game of luck. So the idea is you take these cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. Right, it was an 8-card game challenge. So you would sit around, you know, you have your drinks or whatnot. You can actually play this for points, like everyone can have a piece of poop or whatever it is, or cube or dice, whatever. But yeah, you shuffle this up and you hold it and you pass it and you click. Jam, gun jams to draw again. Go next, bang, you're a goner. So I went again. I didn't get my 2 points. I'm out. So I would pass this deck with 0 points. If I had a drink in my hand, I would have to drink. And you could stop at any time to gain that many points, right? So let's see. I would shuffle this up. Next person, let's go. We got click. You lucky son of a gun. I'm going to push my luck. Bang, goner. Done. I'll be drinking too. So the other way you can do it is if you stop, you give that many drinks away, right? So let's try it again. So we'll pull it. Jam. Gun jam. Draw again. All right, I'm going to go again. Click. All right, so we're up 2. Let's go again. Click. We're up 3. So right now I could give out 3, but I'm going to keep going. Traitor. The person to your left is a goner. Draw again. So they're out. Well, they drank 4 in this case, and I get to go again if I want to. I'm gonna do it. Let's push our luck. Bang, you're a goner. I would drink 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or points, whatever. You don't have to be drinking. So yeah, this never did come out. I did release this as a print and play at some point. I think it's on Board Game Geek as Russian Roulette, a game of luck. But yeah, just quick. I think the other game. So we have how many clicks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks, 6 jam, 1 bang with a traitor card, where the person to your left is a goner, and then 1 bang, which is the bullet card. So 8-card challenge, and like I said, the whole idea was it was going to come in one of these sleeves and be really inexpensive, like well under $10, that type of thing, like $8 or something. But never got a chance to make them. So, you know what we can do? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe in another stream we can do a design challenge where I make this into a 3D printable game, and then we can upload it and do all that stuff. If you guys are interested in that, maybe we should do that. Because it would be fun to revisit this again. There's no chance I have these files anymore, but this is all pretty simple design. You know, you can make it pretty easily nowadays. And this would be something you could easily print. And then you can utilize 2 colors, right? Well, 3 color printing. There's lots of little boxes out there you can make. You can even 3D print little cubes or bullets in this case or something, right? So, take my money. Yeah, I mean, I've been designing board games for a long time. I have 3 that are published. Well, not anymore. I took them all off because I didn't want to pursue it anymore. But I have 3 of my own titles. I guess 1 you can buy in Germany called Grease Monkey Garage. And I have a whole bunch of designs that were prototyped but never went anywhere. I have a whole book of designs from back in the day, from years ago. So, live chat game design. That's right. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. No, it's not on my merch, but maybe this is something I can add on my merch. Would you guys be interested in things like that? The tequila got me into printing. Now I own a handful of other printers. Oh, I thought you said tequila because we were talking about drinking. The tequila, yeah, that's right. It is a great learning machine. You're right. These are $399, so very inexpensive, very competitive price. Take my money, I'd buy it. I'll curl up under the bed after one hand. Nice. Ran into one of your games back when I was making a ton of print and play games. Oh, cool. It was either Dice Bazaar, Battle of the Rock, or Grease Monkey Garage. How's this machine so far? I mean, so far we've literally only done this benchy. The benchy looks good. I see a couple wisps, but that's usually wet filament. I think the star of the machine, as far as new things go, is this CFS Lite with the front-facing. What's this button do, by the way? Does it disengage this? I guess it would. I didn't have to use it when I was putting it in. But yeah, I think this is the star of the show here. RFID. It can have any type of spool. It literally doesn't matter because it's pulling up. It doesn't need any kind of mechanical rolling. It's very clever. This is a very clever design. I like it. I think this is going to change. I think this is going to change the way that these material management units are. All right, the benchy's all done. We'll take a look at it a little closer. Hey, Luke, how are you? How you been, man? How's everything going with the shop? Sounds like a good idea for a whole nother channel. You know, 3D gaming. I've thought about it. I've designed some board game related inserts and things like that. I literally have a wall of board games right behind this. Like behind that is literally just a wall. And I have another mini one of those at my office. So I've been doing it for a while. Have you tried the 85X? Yes, both the 85M and 85X. The 85X is right in the other room. Great machine. I recommend it all the time. This is a little bit different. The 85X can be enclosed. This can too, but much more difficult. I think they're slightly different machines. And I think this one's just meant for the easiest possible experience. Not that the 85X is any harder at all. It's just a different machine because it's Core XY. So, door should be magnetic. It is. It is magnetic. It has magnets. It just also has a latch, so you can close it. But yeah, it is. It is magnetic. I'm an Aquila not working, and the second in pieces going to convert it to Core XY before all the tariffs I'm ordering AliExpress. Yeah, yep. I get that. Shop's doing good. We're pretty slow the last 2 days, but still working to get local advertising going. Yeah, it's all it is. You got to build some kind of little community around it, right? So that people come back. Even if they visit one time, there's got to be some way to make them come back. For example, if it was like a board game thing, people would do these board game nights or game demos, and that always drew people back in like continuously back in the day. Something along those lines. Maybe some kind of in-person contest or something. Some way to keep people coming in through the door. It pooped again, did it? No, no more poop. That was it, just these poops. Most folks don't need enclosures. Yes, you're 100% right. That's why this exists. Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, grand openings February 7th. Nice. Okay, coming up. Awesome, man. This is so cool. I still think it's cool. I wish it was just a little bit closer where I can easily just come up there freely. Just hang out and bother you. So you can show me all your cool machines. Yeah. You know, that's another thing. Hold on. Who was asking me about the machines? So the 85X... Yeah, it is still locked, by the way. Where are you? Scrolling up. Hold on. I can't find it. I lost you. Anyway, whoever was asking about the 85X, the one major thing to consider is room. This takes up as many as 2 or even 3 spots as much as the 85X. The 85X is very compact. It has nothing protruding anywhere. It's a box with 4 spool holders. This has a disattached CFS unit. There's places and room for this over the other one as well. I'm just saying if space is really specific, then there's that. All right, let's see. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, sticks very nicely. Let's see what I can take off here. Okay, so these wisps are literally nothing. All right, let's check this thing out together. Where's my light? This will help. Although I have extreme amounts of lights. This will help us on camera. There's another external here. I'll leave it in here. Here's what we're doing. Hold on. I'm going to move this camera again. Wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go. All right. Let's see. All right, can you guys see this? All right, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Oh, I'm going to set it up. Wait for it. Oh, wrong direction. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to wash out my hand, but we're going to see the print for what it is, all right? All right, so check this out. Is there a problem with cooling? Absolutely not. See the bottom? Probably perfect. Let's see the back. Oh, look at that. You can read 3D Benchy. Can you guys see that on camera? You can read that. That's cool. I mean, it is 27 minutes, right? And that's not 7. No hull line. All right, we do have a little bit of wispies, but that's just the filament. Let's look at the top layers. Any holes or anything? Nope. Is this round? Yes. Is this square with sharp corners? Yes. This print? How about the hole here? Yep. All right, let's look at cooling some more. Absolutely perfect arch. Let's look here. Absolutely perfect. All right, let's look at the front. As you guys know, this print's completely in the air. Absolutely perfect. This is a flawless benchy. This is probably one of the best benchies that I've seen from a machine in a while. Now mind you, 27 minutes. This is not a fast benchy. Most machines that I've been getting are meant to be like, oh, check this out. We can print this in 12 minutes. And obviously at that point, you're going to see imperfection. So please keep that in mind. But for what this machine is for, it's showing you right out of the box that, hey, we're not going for the fastest machine. We're just going for a solid experience. And look at that benchy. What are you going to say? Step back 6 feet. Looks fine. No, look how close this is. Whoops. What do you mean? I'm not hiding anything. Come on, focus. There we go. There's nothing to hide. Look, there's no ghosting anywhere. There's no rippling anywhere. You guys see any? Usually it's around here. Nothing. And usually it's around the arches. Let's see if I can get the light right there. No, that's about as perfect as you're going to get on a benchy. It's about as perfect as you're going to get on a benchy. All right, let me move this back. Sorry. Oops, we undid the camera now. Great. All right, let's go. How was this thing? I don't remember. Oh, well, I'll put it over here somewhere. There we go. And like this. And up. Like that. All right, let's see what you guys were saying while I was showing the sucker. Enclosure is nice even with PLA. Yeah, I mean, for example, the Max 4, right? The Chitty Max 4 has a box on the side of it that's just cooling for the extruder so that you can print PLA even with a heated chamber. Therefore, the layer adhesion is super, and there's no chance for the extruder to get so hot that it stops feeding the filament because it usually gets so soft. So there's definitely something to printing with an enclosure, period. Even if it has that level of innovation from companies, you know what I mean? Do you think they will come out with one of those screens to go, oh, that's BQ and Big Tree Tech? Yeah, they probably will. This is going to be a popular machine. Printer needs an Intel sticker. I have an 85X. It prints very well. It does. One of the things that it can do that not a lot of machines can do, multicolor TPU. It can do it pretty great. Very little hull line, no hull line. I didn't even see it. Yeah, there is a little tiny bit of like just string that you can take off with your finger. Like wisps, not really strings. Yes, yep. Galaxy PLA. Metal shavings PLA. Yeah, no, that's true. 100%. That's what I do. That's what I do. You won't see a review until I get a bunch of print time on this thing. What camera are you folks using? This is both my cameras are by OBS Bot. I use the Tiny 4K, which is this camera, and the Tiny 2, which is that camera. They're both gimbals. You can see it right here. Here it is. Like they're really small. They fit in the hand. The Tiny 2 is even smaller than this one. But they're gimbaled cameras, so you can have them set to follow a subject. All machines. All machines have it. I think it's pretty rare for a machine not to have issues. If you see that a machine that you don't have somewhere online doesn't have issues, you haven't owned the machine or you haven't looked in it close enough. Every machine has issues. Will work on my Sonic pad. No, this runs its own clipper installation on the machine, so no need for the Sonic pad. Do a multicolor print. It doesn't take 30 minutes though. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to, like just in the time frame. But what I do typically after I do these live streams is I print something, whether it's overnight or tomorrow or the day after, and then I do at least a short, and I do them as I test the machine. So if you guys sub to the channel, you'll see this machine more until there's a review video. It's not just going to go stagnant. So that's my plan. I'm going to test this thing. We'll see what its problems are, what it's good at, what it's bad at, and then we'll probably make a review. So here, in the time being, let's print the poop bucket. No. So the Sparks keychain is 3 colors, but it takes 54 minutes, so we're not going to be able to. And it's also just going to make a mess. So yeah, let's do the purge bucket. We're not going to be able to finish it, but that's okay. At least I'll have a place to go. I'll do the white just because it'll match the rest of the machine. Let's hit print, and let's see how much it purges after black. So printing white usually has a different amount of purge on any printer, just because it obviously takes on other colors much easier. But yeah, when I do multicolor, I'm not going to go easy on it. I'm going to print something probably large and with many, many, many changes. So, actually, I'll show you what I'm printing right now. This is just a preview. Can I zoom in? Oh, yeah. So I'm printing this on the Max 4, and this is 260 millimeters. So this is almost a 400 by 400 millimeter bed filled to the brim with this, and it's proving to be an extreme challenge. So I would do a similar thing on this. I don't know if it's gonna fit that. Obviously 260. This thing maxes out at 260, so I might not be able to print 260 to the ends, but I can definitely try. So I'm so excited that we have fluid available. That's great. All right, and we're pulling in some white. And it does look like it left the black right over here. This is where it stopped, so it's not pulling it way back over here somewhere. It's leaving the filament right here. So super fast in terms of changes, because the cutting is happening right there, and it just goes back. It doesn't need to go cut all the way back into the CFS and sit there, because it uses one tube. Because these are 4 individual tubes, it's able to keep the filament in there for much faster changes. It's pretty good. Obviously, other machines do that too, but yeah. If you ordered it, it's definitely going to be in a whole different order of situations. Yeah, technically it's not even out yet. They are coming out, I think, at the end of February. Right, that's when I think at the end of February is when. Yeah, so there's still a whole month. I just got the chance to test it early. So they asked me not to post anything. I said I can talk about it and do teasers and stuff like that, but I can't post anything about it. So. See, you know what I'm talking about. I have. Hey, Adam, what's going on? I have I have spent a lot of time troubleshooting some of the most expensive machines that I have here, and some of my favorite machines are broken. For example, the Magneto X. So it is what it is. It's a part of the hobby, unfortunately. Yep, works the same as other machines. Less distance, fast color change, faster prints. That's right. Yeah, I agree. That would be a great comparison. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And no worries. Whenever, if you want one, it's whenever, man. Like I said, that's not a way for me to try to make some money. That's a way for me to be able to give back to you guys, because I see you guys, donating and all that stuff. Obviously, I really appreciate it. But at the end of the day, any kind of digital donation, as great as it is, it's still a bunch of, well, you guys send it to me, but someone else takes like 30%, and then you guys don't see anything out of it except for the joy of sending me something, which is obviously appreciated. But with the merch, yeah, a lot of it goes to whoever makes the shirt, but you guys get something, like you have it at the end of the day. And I feel like that's cooler. If I had any more free time, I would spend it making a little bit more, adding just a little bit more to the shop. I just haven't been able to. At some point, I was supposed to get that machine, but I don't think they ever sent it. Yeah, that sounds cool. I could do that. Hey, I appreciate that, Will. Thank you. How long have I been printing, just in general? Since the Ender 3 first came out. I ordered it before it was even available in America. I guess that's 7 or 8 years now. And YouTube for about 5. So, and this is machine number 83 reviewed. Not 83, 85, I think. Hold on, let's check for sure. I could be wrong. Printer list. This is machine number 85. Yep. Unless I didn't even add it in here. I didn't even add it in here. This is machine 86. Let's add a row on the bottom. Why don't I see add row? Oh, add row below. So this, merge this. So this is the SparkX i7. This is an FDM Artesian machine. And I have not done a video on it yet. This one I did. So let's remove the style real quick. Sell, fill, no fill. All right. Yeah. And there's more coming. There's I think two machines in the mail. And I have one at my office that I'm testing, and one on the floor over there. The Q2C from Chitty. Great machine so far. Also very capable and inexpensive. Nine's a great number. I probably, like, I have this dream where at one point I'm going to get rid of everything and just keep like one or two. That might be impossible. But I just have this envy of people that can really hone in on a few machines and like either build them to an extreme or just really just use them. Because in what I do is I can't use them all, right? I just don't have the time or the brain capacity. So if I'm testing two machines, why would I be printing on anything else? I'm going to be printing on those two machines so I can give you guys a review about it. So it just, you know, it is what it is. A part of the game, I guess, right? Calling it a night. Hey, thank you for being here. Hey, nice. So unfortunately, you know, I have to, if I pull a name, you have to be present to win. But if we do pull your name, we will celebrate you, and then we'll pull another name. But I appreciate the gesture. Yeah, I immediately sent them a message. I'm like, how have I not been told about this? I don't have that kind of relationship with them, guys. But yeah, I'm definitely really, really interested in the shredder and extruder. I do too. As well, and what's interesting is the Q2C not having the heater inside. I thought that it would like not have the best performance, but it's pretty good. You know, at the end of the day, the Prusa Core 1 Plus doesn't have a heater, and its performance is pretty good. So it is what it is. Yeah, hard cap of 5 is great. That's a solid number. I do too. Super reliable. Hey, have a great night, Sean. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I mean that's how I do it. So whatever you guys see behind me and to the sides, those are my current machines. And then whether it's on my desk or right behind the desk is where my current testing is. And then I also have a slew of machines that are in the back room that are pretty much in some kind of hold, whether they're waiting on some kind of content or a comparison, or they're just waiting for something to happen. And if they don't move for a while, I put them in the other part of my room, which is where when I sell them or donate them or give them away to friends and fam. And that's just how it is. I can't hold them all. There's no way. This isn't a warehouse. This is a basement, and it's really small. It's smaller than the camera makes it seem. So it's impossible for me to have more than what I have behind me. So that's just the nature of the beast. If it didn't make it over there, then, well, it's moving along. So, right. Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much it. I think I want to wait to see what this first layer looks like because it's just doing a big sheet, and then we'll probably call it after that. We'll do the giveaway and do it that way. Actually, I should probably do the giveaway right now, and then we'll kind of end it at the, hey, check this thing out, right? First layer squeeze. That's right. All right, guys, I will give you all about 3 minutes. So for those of you that haven't joined the Polymaker giveaway, go ahead and jump into the pinned comment of the chat. It will take you to this right over here. There's currently 71. I think that might be, 72 or 73 is the record. So we're getting there to the highest amount. Even then, still pretty good odds of winning some filament. Smaller than the camera makes it seem. Hey, it is what it is, man. Nosclaw, good name. How you doing? But yeah, jump in there if you guys are gonna stick around. I will probably do the drawing at 11:43. Actually, 11:45. I mean, actually, let me adjust that time right now so that it ends. Where do we go? Go to edit. Time right here. And let's make this 11:45. All right, so we're gonna call the end of the stream. Well, the end of the giveaway at 11:45. Let's update, and this thing should be like, boom. We are 49 seconds. All right, guys, jump in there if you can. If not, all good. There's still plenty of people in there. And good luck, everybody. I'm king of humble brag. Also, it's not humble brag. I'm just explaining how this works, right? Like I have a YouTube channel where I do 3D printer reviews and 3D printer projects. This is how it works. I keep some, probably the best ones that I enjoy using the most, and the rest I cycle through. That's just how it is. No worries. I'm just explaining. All right, we're done. Let's see how many are total. 74. I think this might be a record-breaking giveaway for the channel. All right, is everybody ready? Let's get some good lucks in the chat while I go ahead and pull a name. All right, as always, I'm going to go to the other screen. Good luck, everybody. Let's go to winners. Let's draw a winner. We're going to do 1. No, don't hide any details. All right. And let's see what this winner wrote for the answer to if you want to see small iterations on printers or do you want the manufacturers to wait for a larger release. The answer that you wrote is that is not easy to answer. I like mini updates pushed as they're developed, but do not like rush development just to compete. Great answer. Announce winners in widget. Announce winners with avatar. Congratulations to Chad R. Chad, I know a few Chads in this chat. That sounds familiar. I think it does. Wick, congratulations, Mr. Chad himself. Congrats on the win of the film. I think you know how this goes. I think you've won before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you've won on the channel before. Accidental. How you doing? And on Kick too. Look at that. We don't see many viewers on Kick, so thank you for being on that platform. I appreciate it. It's not rigged, yeah. Oh, you don't think you have? Okay, maybe it's another chat. Anyway, No worries. And here's how this works. Okay, so you need to send me an email to fedor@3dprintsos.com. My name is spelled Fedor. So fedor@3dprintsos.com. You can find that email in the About section on my YouTube channel if you need to. But send me an email with the today's date in the subject, and then saying I won today's giveaway, and then whatever. And either tomorrow or the day after, I will reply to you in that email with a code and a link to a form to fill out. You fill out the form, you put in this unique code, and it appends whatever it is, whatever the filament winning is, to your account on the website. And you'll be able to buy whatever you like. Sometimes it's enough to buy multiple filaments, especially if they're on sale. You can add money to buy bigger things, whatever you want to do. It'll just append some amount of winnings to your account. All right, so fedor@3dprintsos.com. Shoot me an email, and I'll get back to you either tomorrow or the day after that. But huge congratulations, Chad. Thank you. I appreciate you always being in here, always supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you. Why would anyone want a bed slinger in 2026? Super simple. Not necessarily inviting, but it doesn't look very complicated. These things are very easy to understand, and they look way less intimidating to some degree. If something ever happens to one of these giant appliance-looking boxes, you have to kind of like be in it physically. Everything's open here. It's very easy to understand and to see. They just look a little bit friendly. Maybe not to everybody. If you're an engineer, that type of thing doesn't faze you whatsoever. And that's actually why all these companies are making these look a certain way. Because those engineers, they're all buying a very specific type of machine. They're drawn to machinery. This isn't that type of thing. This is way more lightweight, way more friendly to a beginner. And that's why all the advertising and all the kind of imagery that they're using is what it is. I should probably explain how that end of the marketing works. Sorry, guys, I'm in marketing, so that's just how it is. Now, if you're going to have, extrusions and this box that you can expand on, and that's an engineering style thing. And if you're attracted to that, you're already a totally different person. You're not going to look at this and that the same way. So that's why you're asking that question. Like, it's all good, but that's why you would have it. It's not that these are bad. These things print incredibly, actually, for what they are. It just, that's how it works. So, Raid Pez Liz. Oh, cool. I didn't know she was on. Yeah, that'll be great. Let's see. Oh, yeah, of course. That'd be perfect. Total beginner. Yeah. Well, I get asked a lot, whether it's friends or family or extended friends or family. People ask me what printer they should get all the time, and I almost never recommend a non-bed slinger to a brand new user, especially if it's a kid. They're just way easier in all other aspects outside of performance, really specifically, and that doesn't always matter. You know what I'm saying? I hope that made sense. Yeah. These are super updated. They're not even comparable, to be honest. So. Yeah, she's not usually on this late. Well, yeah, and 78 people there. Yeah, I'd love to send some users there. That would work perfectly. Great question and great answer. Yeah, that is a great question. Thank you. Design could be design could be renewed test beta for K3 CFS. I don't know exactly what that means, but I'm assuming what that means is this could be a new design idea for the CFS 3s, in which I totally agree. That's what I said earlier. Lower cost of entry. So what I mean by easier is it's simpler. There's way less parts. There's no extreme paths of belts. There's no like crazy tensioning and things you have to worry about and think about or even consider using. They're just easy. It's a motor that moves this and a motor that moves that. You don't even need to conceptualize those things. Whereas on a Core XY machine, you look at it and you're like, this thing is like NASA. Like, unless you're into the hobby, if you're brand new, there's no comparison. These just are friendlier, significantly. Yeah, the quick hot end's cool. I think this whole machine is the hot end here, and this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful design of a CFS. Yes, exactly. And yeah, and there's so many more parts. These are always going to be more cost efficient, for sure. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to cut it here. We are going to do a quick raid. If you are on the Twitch platform, we're definitely going to send Pez Liz some love. But I think I'm going to cut it here. Oh, right. We wanted to see the first layer here. Let me show you the first layer as close as I can get, you guys. Bear with me for just a second while I make y'all nauseous. So I remember there was a day when having a perfect first layer was actually really difficult and near impossible. And then we just took this machine out of the box. Look at that first layer, y'all. It's beautiful. I mean, that's pretty much perfect, huh? Cool. We'll see what this box ends up being. Yeah, it looks nice. It does look really nice. Good looking machine. You know, you can hate on it all day long, and I did when I first saw it. Gotta admit, I hated on it immediately. But if this thing can really perform and can do a lot of multicolor, which I plan on testing heavily, it's going to be an easy recommendation, especially because it has this brand attached to it that, you know, obviously there's people that will always knock it. There's those people for every brand. But Creality has a record of making so many machines for so many years and being kind of a leader in that space. So there's a reason why Creality has its own town in China. So I think you're the only streamer that tests first layer test. I mean, I would love, I said this many times, I would love for every single machine to have a complete first layer full bed print in the print files. The printer, when I get a 3D printer, when I buy a 3D printer, I take it out of the box and set it up, there's no reason why it should not make, nowadays, it should not make a full layer, first layer print. That should be included on every single machine. And I think they should do it like now. Like, this needs to be a thing. It needs to be a flex on every machine that can do it. If you're a manufacturer of a company or you work for a 3D printing company, tell your boss, your higher up, whatever, put one of those files, put one of those STLs, M3s, whatever it is, G-code on the card, on the memory of the machine. When I first buy it, I want proof that this thing rocks right out of the box. If your machine can't do it, that's why you don't have it on there. That's what I think. Yeah, 5 would be nice. Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Congratulations, Wick, once again for winning. Thank you, Palamaker, for sponsoring these live streams with the giveaway. I obviously really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and do a raid to Pez Liz for those sticking around. I can never remember how to do it. I think I type in raid. Yeah, raid, then Pez Liz. She's done this to me so many times, and I've never been able to return the favor, so I'm really excited. How many people do we have chilling with us on here? Only 9. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it. Raid Pez Liz. There we go. All right, you guys ready? I can't click the raid now. Oh, 12 viewers. Okay, 12 viewers. Let's do it. We're going to wait a second. And raid now. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. All right, everybody. We're going to call it a day. See y'all later. Thank y'all for being here. As always, I appreciate you guys. See ya, everybody.